Oh, secret. I have no wife and I eat ice cream. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. I love the little laugh they do after they throw the grenade. We're good. We're fine. I have wife, can recommend. Same. This OST sounds like Ghostbusters. So this was the map when I first played Bolt Gun. I was like, where the fuck do I go? No wife, just GF and BF. Fair, honestly. Most stable looking Hive City. Oh no! How far can this dude fucking jump? You're still alive? Good morning, Gappy. There he is.
Mankind demands your blood. You invoke my ire. Filth. Renegade filth. Your gods have forsaken you. Traitor. The might of the Imperium will crush you. Vengeance has come for you. You cannot stand against the Imperium of man. Death has found you. I care not if this planet stands, so long as you die. I'll rip you to pieces! Rejoice, your salvation is here. Breathe your last foul thing. Your only mercy is a swift death. Bleed, scum! Bolt and sword! I'll purge the galaxy of your taint. This is the Emperor's will. Tear out your heart, spill your blood. There'll be nothing left of you. Die, heretic! Traitor scum! The Emperor's hand will touch you, and you will not survive. Die! Beg your gods for mercy. I have none. Your death is my glory. You cannot escape the reach of my hatred. Breathe your last. You die here, Burke. I heard again. Quake with fear. Your life is forfeit. I am your doom. You will not live another day. I will tear you apart. Chaos filth.
He said it! you think Space Marines hear the phrase "live and let live" and they just start freaking out? Oh, fuck. Their helmets filter it out. GW should sell life-size Clonk plushies? Well, I have good news for the first time. The Clonk plushie is real. Life-size, though, I don't know. Maybe. Where's the big monster I'm supposed to be killing? There it is. Is there such a thing slash need for anvil covers slash socks? What do you mean? Curious in my video. It's Japanese television. Oh, they're playing soccer on Lego. Oh, God. Oh, this fucking sucks to watch. For entertainment, my love. Playing soccer on Legos, bro. Whoops. I bet Ava can bench press 225 pounds for 10 reps. Nah, man. You got the wrong guy. Oh, man. Dude, the fact they fucking gloat over your body is crazy. Damn. How is Avis still going? Y'all ain't ready for a beast like me, okay? We're gonna switch gears. We're switching gears once more. Where are we going? I don't know. Locks door, speeds up car, looks at you, looks back at road. Do you believe in God? Barreling towards cliff. Is the beast ADHD? Yeah. Dude, maybe we don't stream on Friday. We'll find out. Dude, it was crazy because I got like 4 hours after the first one. And I woke up and I was like, I could do it again. Like, easy. Do CSM return to the warp to respawn, or do they die for real? They die for real. Unless their soul has already been claimed by a god and they deem it important enough to resurrect them. But generally speaking, they're dead. I see no gods, only man. Did I miss the gaming? Yeah, we just wrapped up some Bokkan too. Let's see if there's any Warhammer news. We're checking. Nope. Why do they want to send this guy on the Titus team in secret level? So, Kato is currently working, like, he's being borrowed by the Inquisition to do some shit on Graia. We also don't know when the Boltgun game technically takes place. It could be 100 years before Space Marine 2 or whatever. You know what I mean? Kato could be long dead. I'll tell you what, chat. This might be it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. The second wind, it came. Wind is gone. The sails, they be lowering. So here's what we're going to do. Why did the VOD split at 2 hours? That's weird. Maybe it'll like fix itself. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I also think Malakato's first company. He is. But oftentimes first company will combine forces with the other companies simply for the fact that they are experts and veterans, and that is a big deal. Heavy bolter fire lulled me to sleep. I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, it was just so relaxing. Are you looking forward to Warhammer Survivors? Yeah, I've never played a Survivors game before. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. I'm excited to play as Stormcast. And possibly also Kato at the same time. I don't really know how these things work. So chat, let me tell you this. I can't tell you when the Gilliman episode is going to go up because we're waiting for word back from the sponsor. I can tell you, however, that there's going to be a merch sale on December 1st. And there's going to be new merch on there. Also on December 1st. I can tell you the Gilliman episode will come out by the end of the month. I can tell you that the 26th of November, we are going to live stream a Gotrek and Felix book club where you, the viewers, can also participate in the book club, and we can make it a big community thing. It's going to be a fun time. I can also tell you that tonight, that's right, tonight, Thursday, I might be streaming again. Not my screen, but we might be doing Raft over in on Boko and Soups' stream. So be excited for that. What else? Yeah, Gilliman should be out soon-ish. Waiting for word back on the sponsor, but if you want to listen to it early and an early cut, so extra content, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that's over on patreon.com/numbskulls. It's the best way to support us over on there. If you want to support us a different way, you can become a YouTube member or be a sub on Twitch, because that will also get you access to the Discord and chilling and doing art and stuff. And yeah. If you feel like chatting about lore, do you know if the other legions had chapters or chapter-like systems before the Codex, or did they have to reorganize and split up? So basically, and I don't know if this will answer your question, but there were a lot of chapters. Sorry. There were a lot of people in the legions. Yes. But what ended up happening, because the legions were so separated and so many of them had formed like niche little groups in of themselves, like a lot of the veterans and some of the best warriors would go on to become chapter masters of their own successor chapters, because when Gilliman said there can only be roughly a limit of 1,000 Marines in each chapter. So, okay, you are really good and you know how to command, so you're going to go be a chapter master. You get to name and pick the heraldry or whatever. And oftentimes that heraldry was the veterans' heraldry that they had already, and then they just moved that over to the chapter heraldry. So a good example of this was actually, what's his name? Fafnir over with the Imperial Fist. He is notorious for using 2 axes in combat. And he went to go become a chapter master of the Executioners, and the iconography of that were 2 axes. They then went to go participate in the Badab War for their next notable thing. But the yeah. So in a weird way, yes, they did have chapters, but I would say it's a little more like they didn't have them as they are in 40K, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how it pretty much went down. And also the 1000 Space Marine chapter thing is kind of like it's not a hard and fast rule. Basically, if you need to recruit a lot of Space Marines and you are fighting Tyranids and it's overwhelming numbers, so you're recruiting. Let's say at the end of the conflict, you have about 1,200 Marines, right? Well, then you just stop recruiting for a while. And then once those numbers dwindle, because they will dwindle, your Space Marines, and they get back to, let's say you suffer a catastrophic loss, you're back down to 900 Marines. Okay, well, then now we start recruiting, and then we get them all, put them up in the space juice, and get them all in the gene seed and all that shit, and then give some armor. There you go. So we want to keep it roughly around 1,000, but, from my understanding, chapters were used more as these guys do this as an organization method. It's easy, yeah. I mean, okay, so the thing with the loophole is kind of another like community driven idea. Black Templars just don't give a fuck. Like they're not we've made a loophole. It is like they just do not care. They don't give a fuck. It's not tee hee, we're so clever. It's fuck your book. I don't give a fuck. So, yeah. People like Bjorn, if Space Wolves were compliant, would have gotten a chapter, I see. Yeah, exactly. Bjorn would have gotten a chapter, and like a bunch of other high-ranking, capable warriors would have probably went on to found their own successor chapters, and they would build off of the culture founded by their leader and the guys that he chose to help lead, It makes sense. Also, not one chapter can get so large it becomes a real problem if they decide to go fuck you. Yeah, the reason why the Black Templars aren't seen as more of a threat is because they are getting killed as fast as they're getting recruited. That's why. Like, they have a large number of Space Marines, but they are... Like, for every Space Marine they recruit, that's like 10 to 20 dead. You know what I mean? It's a war of attrition against things like orcs and whatever the hell else. Mostly orcs that they're fighting against. How are you still up? Currently, fumes. So I will be doing a bit of a nap for a while. And then I'll get up, do some more work. And then, yeah. I've got a stream tonight at 7 p.m. I also have some calls to make later today. But that's later. I'm so bothered that the Blood Ravens, the only chapter I like, is not exactly official. What do you mean by that? Because No, they are official. I don't know what you mean by not exactly official. They have their own book. They have games based off of them. There's a lot of memes around them for sure, but no, they are official. They are a real chapter. Like there's like a mini box game that GW released for Barnes & Noble and Target and other stores recently. And Blood Ravens are the artwork. Like they're the box art Thank you, Zach. That was scary. That was like half a second. That was really scary. I don't know what the VOD of this is going to look like, but I think it'll be really funny. Ava, you're still streaming? Hey. Calm down. We're chilling. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I need to say before we go. Talked about the book club. Talked about the Gilman episode. Talked about the stream tonight with Raft. Possibly Raft with Friendos. It might not happen. Who knows? Things sometimes come up. This is going to go on for 24 hours? No. Again, if I wanted to do a 24-hour stream, I would actually have to prep for it. And I do not have the prep for it. So it is what it is. Yeah. So, there might not be a stream Friday because there is a very reasonable chance that I get up later, I do some work, I do the stream, and then I go, fuck this. And then I just sleep for like a day. Which honestly isn't too bad because, the closer to Saturday I get, the closer Carrie comes back, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Reminder to take care of yourself. Don't overextend yourself. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Like, I'm not pushing. I'm doing okay. I'm chilling. But yeah. VOD of this should be up at... it'll go up at some point. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think I covered everything. We had a lot of... Yeah, but there are no transfers for them or rules to play them in 40K. That's what I meant. They're like a spin-off thing. That's 99% of Space Marine chapters. That does not mean that they are any less or any more official. Imperial Fists don't have their own rules. They have rules that feel like Imperial Fist. Same thing with the Blood Ravens and everything. These all fall under the umbrella of generic Space Marines. But yeah, Blood Ravens, they're official. Saying this personally, told myself I've been working 50-hour weeks for like a month plus now. Oh, fuck. Next solo stream, Christmas movie tier list. I would fucking crash out because I've seen like 0. Hold on. Have you seen Die Hard? No. Dawn of War Onslaught. Does this come... I'm trying to see if the Dawn of War Onslaught box comes with Blood Angels transfers. I don't know. Rest well, Lieutenant Ava. It'd be fucked up if I never streamed again and I just like made a post going like Ava was killed by Gene Stealers off screen. That would be a fucking awesome stream outro. It just cuts to black. White text. Ava was killed by gene stealers on their way to their home planet. That'd be fucking awesome. Holy. Eaten by a gray. No. A Gru. Ava failed their smite roll. Yeah. Actually, what do you mean smite roll? Lol, Lamau? Psychic isn't a thing anymore, you fool. Alright. I'm gonna go chill out. Thanks everybody for coming on by. Thank you very much for your support and stuff. And look forward to more vids and more streams. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And catch you later.